Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to video number 5 for the week. You guys, I made it. If any of you have been following me at all this week, you know that I attempted to do 5 uploads this week, so something Monday through Friday, which is today, and I have pulled it off. And I'm very proud of myself. If you have been following me and watching videos this week, let me know in the comments down below. But let's not talk about that too much. Let's just get into it and talk about the new products I have for you guys today. So we are going to be testing out a new foundation from Flower Beauty. This is the Light Illusion Luminous Skin Makeup. Now, funny story, I actually just sat down to film this about 10 minutes ago and I started to apply the product with my beauty blender, and then I realized that I forgot to put on the other product that I am testing, which is the Flower Beauty. This is the In Your Prime Pore Minimizing Primer. Hello! Literally got the foundation on the one half of my face. I'm starting to talk about it and then I look down at my desk here and I'm like, you dumbass. I've had a lot of dumbass moments this week. Should make a compilation for that. What do you guys think? This is a new product as well, at least to Ulta Beauty. I don't know if this actual primer's been out for some time, but when I was on Ulta's website and I ordered this foundation, I saw that they had Nude next to both of these products. I also picked up, this is something that's kind of on the side here, this Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer from Catrice. I have heard so much about this, and I am on a serious hunt for a concealer that does not dry out my under eyes. It does not make my creasing visible. I do have natural creases in my eyes, and sometimes it just, or I should say on my under eyes, and sometimes it just happens. I can't avoid it, but it would be nice to find something that's not too drying but offers high coverage. That has been my conundrum since I've really gotten into makeup recently. So let's just go ahead and get started. Let's talk about this foundation first. So this is a medium to full coverage foundation. It's supposed to be lightweight, give you a nude skin feel. It's all day wear and has a broad spectrum SPF 18. I have mine in the shade Nude L3. This retails for $12.99 on Ulta's website. At least that's how much I paid for it when I ordered it. It comes in this beautiful heavy glass container. It's bougie. That's my new thing recently, is calling packaging either cheap or bougie. This is definitely bougie. It's so heavy. It feels very luxe with the rose gold accents on it. It just looks like a high-end foundation as far as the packaging goes. Now, one thing I did read on the instructions, it says that, you know, you want to apply this no more than 2 hours before you go into direct sunlight, and then to reapply every 2 hours. I just want to comment on that quickly. Let's be real. Nobody is going to continually apply foundation every 2 hours. If you are looking for a true SPF, you're going to be wearing makeup and you're going to be in the sun, just put on a moisturizer that has a really good SPF in it, or just a really good facial SPF. That's really all you need to do. Plus, SPF 18 probably isn't going to do a whole lot. It will do something, but if you're going to be in the sun long term, you have light skin, it's just not going to do it. Just wanted to comment on that, give you some deets on the product. You get 1 fluid ounce and you get a pump, which is amazing. I love when makeup companies will put pumps on their foundations. It is amazing. And then, of course, the primer I got is the Pore Minimizing Primer. You get 1 fluid ounce in this as well. Let me look up the price of this because I can't remember. Okay, so this is $12.99 at Ulta as well, but it looks like you can actually get these primers at Walmart for $9.98. Isn't that crazy how, like, the price difference in drugstore items? If you guys have ever noticed that at Ulta, drugstore items always seem to be about like $1 or $2 or $3, sometimes more than what you can find in the drugstore. But I think it's because they always have like that buy one get one 50% off, or buy so many get so many free, the 350 off of 10 coupon. You know, I think that they try to make up for some of that, actually. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and apply this primer to my face. Okay, it's green. That's interesting. So maybe it'll do some color correcting as well. So it absorbs pretty quickly. It feels really nice, kind of slippery, but it doesn't feel like it has so much dimethicone in it. Dimethicone is actually the main ingredient in a lot of like facial cosmetics, because that's what really blurs and fills in pores and blurs fine lines. But this feels like it has a little bit of that slip to it, but not much. And it almost feels a little bit moisturizing as well. So that's kind of nice. No scent to it really, and that applied really nicely. My skin feels very nice and soft, so hopefully that adds to the effect even of the foundation. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shake this up. Put a couple pumps on the back of my hand here, if the pump will work. Okay, what's going on here? It's just spluttering. Oh no, did I get a broken one? Seriously, you guys, for $14. There we go. Okay, so we will put one pump, and then I will do the beauty blender on this side and then the brush on the other side of my face. One thing I do want to mention, you guys, I actually really am loving putting on foundation with a brush. A lot of people with dry skin will usually avoid using a brush to put on their foundation, but there is a trick to it. I have mentioned this in my other videos. Get the brush very, very slightly damp. Like, just run it under the water quickly. I'm going to be using the Delium Tools 957 Precision Kabuki. You guys know that this is my all-time favorite. If you are looking for a foundation brush, you guys, you need to get this brush. It is fantastic. It is so well made. It is beautiful. But anyways, just get it wet, and then I'll kind of like go like this to kind of shake off the excess, and it will really help with your dry skin. All right, so let's go ahead. Round 2 for me, because like I said, the first time I tried to put this on, I forgot to put on the primer like a complete dork. That's the other thing too I'm finding with the beauty blender, you guys, is that instead of dotting the foundation in your face, I almost like to kind of smooth it across a little bit. I feel like you'll get more coverage that way, because beauty blenders do tend to shear out coverage of foundation, and I feel like that actually helps with that. All right, so that looks really beautiful so far. Let me take a look into a mirror up close just to see how it's looking. The first thing I always look for is right here in my forehead. If I see that things are exaggerated or settling into lines right away, I know I'm going to hate it, because I do have such defined lines in my forehead and pores. This is like my biggest problem area. But so far I'm not seeing that. It looks very dewy. I don't see that it's settling in any way. It's looking pretty good. Let's just go ahead and take a little bit more. I'm going to put it around my nose so I have some extra redness there, and on my cheeks, just to see if we can get even just a little bit more coverage out of it and how it layers. I can never get foundation to stay on my nose. The color match seems to be perfect. So it looks to be pretty good. This is definitely a high medium coverage foundation. With the beauty blender, I don't think you're really going to get full coverage, but we'll see what we get with the brush. Let's go ahead and start with a pump. Now that I'm using a brush, I will go back to my dabbing the product on. I'm glad that my pump started working, because I was about to be really pissed off. I was like, dude, $13.99 for a drugstore foundation. It better be good, and the pump better work. All right, so right off the bat, observation, I'm getting way more coverage with the brush. And I used even less product. So the brush is definitely going to make it go a much longer way and give you way more coverage. So I would say so far, if you want the full coverage, which I am really into lately, I would suggest using the brush. You're going to get way more coverage out of the deal. In fact, I'm going to run it over to this side of my nose, because I was struggling a bit with the beauty blender. All right, you guys, so far this foundation looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. I am really liking it. This is the first product I've ever tried from Flower Beauty. So I would say that I do like the application more with a brush. I will say that. I don't see really a huge difference in the way that the foundation performs like itself. Like, I'm not seeing that like the beauty blender causes more with my lines and my pores versus the brush or anything like that. I just like how the product looks better using the brush. I feel like it presses it more into the skin. It makes the product go such a long way. I had used 2 pumps to get this coverage on this side, whereas I can see even with just 1 pump, a lot more of my redness is concealed here. You can see it's peeking more through. I feel like I'd have to go in even with another layer using the blender, at least on my skin. So this right here using the brush is definitely my preferred way. So let's go ahead and move on to see how some concealer goes on top of this. Again, this is the Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camouflage Concealer. So like I said, this is a new concealer for me. I really like the color. I have been trying so hard, you guys, to find a concealer that is my shade, that will highlight but give me the coverage and isn't like a pinky yellow tone. I struggle with that so much. This stuff is heavily fragranced. That's the only thing I don't know how I feel about that, is because it smells like perfume. It's not a bad smell, but it's really fragranced. I'm gonna use a beauty blender to blend that out. But I will say I am loving the coverage wow that concealer gives. I'm hoping that this is my new obsession because this concealer is $5.99, you guys. I just hope that the fragrance in it doesn't bother my eyes. I don't really have sensitive eyes, but I can. It just depends. All right, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off camera here quickly. I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I will be right back. All right, you guys, so I just finished on putting on the rest of my makeup. First impressions, this foundation is beautiful. Like, I am really pleasantly shocked. Not because I assumed that this product would be bad, but like it went above what I even like expected it could be, like at its greatest. I have barely any settling into my forehead lines. Now, I don't know if that's the foundation or if it's the primer or if it's the combination of the two. So I'm really curious as to how this primer performs under other foundations, because if it does this and this is actually responsible for that, I am like, oh my God, I might have found a new holy grail primer, a holy grail foundation, or a holy grail combination. We will see. So I'm going to wear this makeup throughout the day. I will do some check-ins. Right now it is 2:36 p.m. as you can see right there, and probably give it about, maybe, I think I'm going to give it a good check-in, probably 4 hours. So around 6 o'clock, 6:30, I will come back, check in with you guys, and let you know what I'm thinking. Also, I have to give a huge shout out to Catrice on this concealer. The hype is real. If you have more mature skin, you're on a budget, or you just simply have creepier under eyes, or you're prone to creasing, give this a shot. I'm also going to give you an update on this as well in the 6 hours, because this one actually claims 12 hours. I know that this video isn't really dedicated to this product, but hey, why not? Let's just toss it in there. So let me go ahead and wear this foundation. It is stunning. I am in love with it. Like, I can't stop looking at my skin. It's luminous without looking oily. It is just absolutely stunning. So I will wear this, and then I will check in with you guys at around 6:30. We'll do some more close-ups and whatnot, and we'll go from there. I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and do a final check-in or a follow-up on this foundation. I have been wearing it now, I think for 4 or 5 hours, you guys. I can't remember. Sorry, I'm trying to cover up my text messages here, but it is around 6:42 it says. So I think either 4 or 5 hours I've been wearing the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. Let's take a look at everything. I'm going to zoom you guys in so we can kind of talk about this together, and I can give you my final thoughts. All right, so now that you're really close in on my face, let's go ahead and take a look. So I'm going to pull out my mirror here as well. I am really impressed with how this performed on my forehead. I don't see anything settling into my lines any more than normal. In fact, I would say it's actually less than normal for me. Any kind of luminous foundation for some reason, or anything that's a little bit more hydrating, tends to really sit in my lines and exaggerate my pores. You can see them all the time no matter what. It's just my skin. There's nothing I can do about it. But with this product, I don't see that it's exaggerating it or making it any worse. One thing I did notice is if you see my nose here is a little bit red. I can't really say if that's really the foundation breaking up or if it's me constantly rubbing my nose. In fact, that's one thing I can never really test with the foundation, because I am so prone to touching and rubbing and itching my nose constantly. I guess having all year round allergies is just par for the course. So I can't really dock at any points for that. Application wise, I definitely prefer a brush. So this is the side of my face that I applied the product with a brush. As you can see, the coverage is just, it's just way better as compared to this side where you can see a lot of my redness. My face just looks a lot more red, at least to me in person, as it does on this side. It just, I had to build it up a lot more. I had to use more product. Whereas on the brush side, I used like one pump and it was like, boom, done. It has broken up around my mouth a little bit, but I have eaten some snacks. I had some lunch. So again, I can't really dock at any points for that. As a drugstore foundation, I would definitely say that this product is worth checking out. If you are on a budget and you're looking for something under $15, this is worth it. I think it's kind of the perfect medium between, you know, being matte and dewy. I would say this is more of a natural finish, and it really says it is a nude skin feel. I really think that it mimics the skin's, you know, natural texture, natural everything. It just looks very natural on the skin. It is up there for me with the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. This one, you'll actually even get a little bit more coverage out of it, I would say. This one, again, if you use with a brush, you can get full coverage out of it. Whereas the Healthy Foundation, or like the L'Oreal Pro Glow, those you do have to build up more, even if you're using a brush, to get that coverage. And now to talk about the primer that I tried out, again, the Flower in Your Prime. I can never remember the names of products, you guys. Pore Minimizing Primer. I really like this. I don't see that it made the foundation break up or made it look any worse or anything like that. In fact, I think it might have actually been what helped with my forehead and making the foundation look just really nice and flawless. I really do think that for $12.99, this is also worth checking out. I feel like really any skin type could get away with using this. Dry, combination, oily, it's just, again, right in the middle. If someone wants something that's not too heavy, not greasy, but also doesn't give you that really overly dimethicone feel, but you still want to get some of your fine lines blurred and you have some pores, that this is definitely worth checking out. Just to touch on the concealer, the Catrice Full Coverage Camouflage Concealer, it worked pretty well. Obviously, I'm not giving it a full run for its money because it says it's a 12-hour concealer, but I can say after about 4 or 5 hours of wear, I still have a lot of coverage here. It doesn't look like it's breaking up or anything like that. I do have some creasing, but again, literally every concealer I try creases on me. My under eyes naturally just have creases in them. It's always been that way. So it hasn't really dried out my under eyes or anything like that. So for me, at $5.99, another solid drugstore product to definitely check out. So there you have it, you guys, a quick overview and a little mini wear test of the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation, the Flower Beauty In Your Prime Pore Minimizing Primer. I would say they're solid products. They're worth checking out. They perform. For drugstore products, they definitely perform. I would say, again, they're priced fairly for their performance. Definitely check them out if you've been thinking about it. A couple of you asked me what my coffee was because I had coffee in my last video. So what I like to get from Starbucks is, I can't handle caffeine. Call me a wuss, whatever. But I get decaf, I get an iced Americano, and then I add a few pumps of like a flavoring of my choice. So I really love cinnamon and like cream together. It kind of reminds me of like a rum chata or a horchata. So I will usually get 2 pumps of cinnamon dolce syrup, and then I will add, depending on my mood, either whole milk or I will add coconut milk to it. Sometimes I'll even add, if I wanted it even sweeter, a couple of pumps of the toffee, what is it called? The toffee nut syrup, which is what I did with this one. But yeah, I get this in place of frappuccinos or anything like that because there is still way less sugar, way less calories. If you want like a sweet coffee drink, try this out. So good. All right, you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Again, if you've stuck with me this whole week through my 5 videos, thank you so much. I had so much fun filming this week, you guys. I don't know, maybe I'll do it like once a month where I just have a week of videos. So let me know down below what you think about that. Again, you guys, help me out. What do you want to see from my channel? What do you love best? Is it product reviews? Trying weird makeup products? Do you like my vlogs? Should I do more of those? Just let me know. Leave me something down below giving me a hint of what it is that you guys want to see from me. If you made it all the way to the end, you guys know the drill. Leave me the heart emoji to let me know that you made it to the end of this video. Leave me a palm tree emoji or any emoji of your choice if you've tuned in to all 5 videos this week. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't already and you're new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Typically, I upload about 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes you might see videos all week, but be sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Of course, share it with your friends. That helps me so much. Thank you guys for your support. I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Mwah. Bye.